everybody. You join me out on a little evening ride. I've got a bit of time to kill, and this video is most definitely not sponsored by Ridge Wallet. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, I mean it's definitely not. This video and this channel is sponsored by my patrons who make it possible for me to be able to make videos, do it as a living, and not have to ram Ridge Wallet ads, NordVPN and all that sort of stuff down your throat. You know, I can take a mid-roll, I can take a skippable ad, but I don't really like the wedged in adverts that you get, you know, for companies like Ridge Wallet. Now, it's not the style necessarily. If it's good product, I don't mind. If it's supporting a channel that I enjoy, then fantastic. Thank you for supporting those creators. And in a way, thank you for Ridge for supporting creators that I obviously watch, because I've come across your ads. If you don't know what the Ridge Wallet is, it's one of those cards holder wallet type things. You know, it's like two sides with a piece of elastic in the middle. Now, the reason why I bring this up is they contacted me a few years ago to ask me if they could sponsor a video, you know, and give me a product and for me to make a review. And I knew about Ridge Wallets at the time, and I was like, that sounds interesting, let's have a look. And then I saw how much they cost, and I was like, nah, I'm not promoting this, because who's going to buy one? That is a ridiculous amount for what it is. Although at least that was my opinion. You know, many people will think that something else is way overpriced for what it is. I basically didn't do an ad with them, and years later I saw that, you know, Amazon, Chinese companies, had been making knockoff Ridge Wallets for a while, and I noticed that they were 1/10 of the price. So I bought one of those cheap knockoffs, and I just took it apart and had a look at it, and I couldn't see in that video how Ridge could possibly have made it so much better that they could justify it costing, you know, like 10 times as much. And I said in that video, hey Ridge, if you would like to send me a wallet for me to do an honest side-by-side comparison of the two, because clearly it should be apparent. Now, I do know that Ridge Wallet have a lifetime guarantee on it, so that's fair, but you're going to need to go through quite a lot of wallets before that starts paying off. Now, for me, I found that these wallets weren't that great anyway, especially if you're a biker, because trying to get a card out of them, an individual card, is actually very tricky compared to a normal wallet where you can have them set out so you can grab one at a time, which is what I do. I did use the Ridge style wallet for a while, and it was alright when you're on foot. Very, very small, very compact. When you're on a bike, gloves on, nah, normal wallet's way better. Anyway, let me get to the point, because you're waiting for it. So this is the point. I made that video. I said to Ridge, would you be interested in sending me a wallet for a side-by-side comparison? They obviously never saw that, or if they did see it, they didn't want to speak to me about it. But they obviously don't do much research when they go contacting people to try and get sponsorships again, because they tried to sponsor me again and asked me to do a video with them. To which I replied, hey, I'm guessing you didn't search Ridge Wallet against my name before contacting me. That's okay. I would be very interested in doing this video if you'd like to send me out one of your wallets, you know, to do an honest side-by-side comparison so I can see for myself why yours costs 10 times more, or at least see what amazing extra technology and you know, engineering you've put into this to make it worth 10 times more. Well, they didn't respond to the email. I emailed them again and said, hey, do I take that as a no? And I haven't heard from them again. So I can say that I believe my previous findings were correct, that if you did do a side-by-side comparison between a real Ridge Wallet and one of the Chinese knockoffs, you might be hard-pressed to see, you know, where that extra money's gone. I assume. I don't know. I still haven't handled one in my hand. I'd love to, Ridge. You can still send me one. I'm not gonna, you know, I don't hate your product, I just don't understand the cost. And if I can see for myself that the cost is there in you know, in materials, because, you know, you must have some special I'm not going to keep ripping on them, I'm going to end that one there. But yeah, Ridge tried to sponsor me again, and it's with thanks to my patrons that I'm able to make these jokes at companies like this and ignore them. There is a way of making and selling products in this world. You can make a good product, not advertise it that much, and hope that it is so good that word of mouth will do you well, and people will say, this is the one you want to get, this is the one you want to get. I would say, from my experience anyway, Krieger motorcycle bags are like that. I've had a Krieger bag for years and years and years. I bought it with my own money, and I've had it, as I say, for like over 10 years at this point, I think. And I absolutely love the thing, and it's still going strong to this day. And it was, yeah, expensive at the time, 150 to 40 quid, but it proved itself to be absolutely fantastic over a long time. Strong, durable, can take 30, 40 kilos of scrap metal in there. I'm not even kidding. That's one of the things I did to it. It's been through a crash, it's been great. The other way around you do this is you make a, not poor quality necessarily, but even sometimes in some cases a good quality product, but you sell it for a lot more than it's actually worth. And then what you do is you put that money into marketing. Because if you market the hell out of something, people will buy it. And you've probably got a few companies in your mind right now that you're thinking of that use those tactics. As I say, it's not necessarily saying they have a bad product, it's just saying that it isn't necessarily as good as the price that they are putting next to it, and using marketing to make up for that shortfall. As I say, I don't have anything against the way of marketing stuff like this. It's just what they're marketing. I couldn't bring myself to do that. I'd want to fairly evaluate the product and decide whether I thought it was worth it or not. I mean, sure, if they're happy for me to say, this is the Ridge wallet, I think it's a complete rip-off, they're probably not going to be very happy about that. You know, I'm not going to turn around and say to you that I think it's great, even though I don't think it is. So that's the thing, I can only be honest with you because I would feel like a knob if I wasn't. I mean, the amount of people that you see out there not being honest and not following the Advertising Standards Agency rules, it kind of, you know, it can get quite irritating. The Advertising Standards Agency rules are pretty simple. It just states that you have to make clear at the beginning of the video, not halfway through, not the end, right at the beginning of the video, if a product was given to you for review. That includes whether you've been paid or not paid. You know, if you've just been given a product to look at, that is a sponsorship in the eye of the law, and you have to mention this. When people don't mention that at all, and then mention their affiliate code at the end, that's when it starts to hurt me a little bit. That's when I start to get a little bit like, oh, come on. Do you think we're dumb? And it's for that reason that every single time I start a video up, like if I'm, you know, on a review bike, even if you give the product back, that's another thing, like with a review bike, even if you get lent the product and give it back, you're getting something out of it, you're making videos on it, thus you're receiving a payment of sort. And that's why I always start my videos with, hey everybody, so this is, you know, the bike that was lent to me by XYZ, and this is why I've got it, and this is how long I've got it for. I set out the stipulations of the agreement of the loan, so everyone is in on it, everyone knows what the deal is. Anyway, enough talking about that. I have a very long ranty video on my Patreon talking about that at great length. It was just way too long to bother releasing to YouTube. Was probably only going to cause drama anyway, so I've not done that. Oh, Jesus, mate. You're going that slowly and you still end up hitting the curbs. Is that an old Volvo? Jesus. I love it. I absolutely love it. The car meet people. They always come down here and do work to their car. Well, sorry, not do work to their cars. Normally come down here in their cars, but do work to them. That's a new one on me. As I say, for these product placement marketing campaigns, I have no real problem with the actual, you know, the system of doing it or how it works. I love the fact that these companies are supporting creators. It's just a shame that it has to be done with a product like that, and it's a shame that people that I like watching, I mean, like, for instance, Linus Tech Tips, channel I absolutely love, constantly pushing Ridge Wallet, constantly. And I'm not, this is not some, you know, slight at him, because he isn't, I don't think they've said it's the best thing ever. They're just letting people know that a product exists without passing opinion necessarily, just sort of being like, this is what it is, you can buy it here. You know, billboard people don't necessarily support the products that are on their billboards. They're just being paid to let people know they're there. There's a difference though if they're like, this product's absolutely amazing, that's why it's on our billboard. That's more of a difference. But as I say, when it's one of these sorts of like questionable products and then you see it absolutely everywhere, that's when it starts getting really annoying. Right, now to get some petrol. Petrol. Try not to get it mixed up with cheese. £1, ha ha ha. £2, ha ha ha. £3, ha ha ha. £4, ha ha ha. £5, ha ha ha. £6, ha ha ha. Sorry, it's the song I do as I'm filling up with fuel, and it feels like my inside's being pulled out of my butt. Ah! Oh, come off it. That's enough. Jesus Christ. It costs so much money to fill this bike up now. I love that little corner, I don't know why. You just get these favourite little corners. Yes, Mama, British loans for British businesses. What? I don't know what that ad was for. I don't know what it was about. I mean, I'm guessing it's something to do with cheese? Or petrol? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Just a little update on a few things. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.